pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Amen.
consideration for July's minutes. Okay. Right. Consideration for July 8th minutes.
I move we accept the minutes as written.
Second.
Been moved and properly second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it, so it is.
Yes, that was approval of the minutes.
Motion to open meetings for site plans.
I move we open the meeting.
Second.
All in favor?
We have to do that.
First, Old Jackson Road, Commercial Park, site plan.
Morning. This is practically on the corner of Old Jackson Road and Church Road, just to the north of Church Road, on the east side of Old Jackson Road. It's approximately 29 acres total. What you have before you is a plan kind of showing the whole 29 acres, but we're looking today at only the front portion of the site. The first 6 buildings that are on the front. That's what we're asking to approve. There will be a kind of a combination of retail and office warehouse style buildings. Facing the street, facing Old Jackson Road, there'll be full brick facades. Sides will be a combination of brick and metal, and the back of the buildings will be metal. Each building's a little over 5,000 square feet.
So the face of the buildings, even facing away from the road, those are going, could be brick? So you'll only
Yes,
have-
all the fronts will be brick.
Okay, all the fronts will be
All the fronts will be brick. Even if they're not on Old Jackson Road, the fronts will be brick, facing out to the parking lots.
Okay.
Any other questions?
I'll make a motion that we approve the site plan for Phase 1 portion of this proposed development.
Second.
Been moved and properly second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. So it is. Calhoun Station, Church Road, site plan.
That's my project also. It's on the corner of Church Road and Calhoun Station Parkway. I think you're familiar, they just opened up the new Exxon station on that site. owners here, Sonny. They had some property left over there on the very corner. And we met with Tim here with the county. There's an existing ditch that's running through there on my client's property. We met with Tim about rerouting that ditch back onto the county's property along the right-of-way, which gives us our property to be able to build on. By doing that, we have about 3,500 or better square feet that we can put there as retail. We do have a drive-through window on the southeast side of the building. Building's all brick.
Said a rerouting of that was approved by the county engineer.
Yes, he gave us the approval to do that. Now, our engineer will physically design it, and we will do the work, but he gave us the permission to be able to do that. There's the county gave permission earlier for a drive that comes off of Church Road, a one-way in. It's a one-way drive, comes along that west property line and leads to the Exxon parking lot. Now, that's already been put in. Again, meeting with Tim, we've added a driveway that comes out on Calhoun Station Parkway. He's in favor of it, but we have to get our approval from, we've got to do a traffic study to make sure everything's okay with that. So we'll be providing that to Scott here shortly.
Will the rerouting of the ditch affect any of the adjacent property owners?
No, not at all. It's on, it starts on our property and ends on our property. It'll give us the opportunity to clean that ditch up. It's kind of a really deep ditch, overgrown. Give us a chance to clean that up a lot.
Does that ditch go all the way across the front of the Exxon property? I can't remember.
It don't go all the way across the front of the Exxon property. It runs from Church Road. You can see the pipe coming under on our site plan, you can see the pipe coming under the street. It comes along and then comes back to the Calhoun Station. I think it goes under the road somewhere in that area, crosses there next to Capital Body Shop, runs along the side of it.
Between the new proposed entrance and the entrance that's already there,
That's right.
is that where it crosses?
Yeah.
Calhoun?
It will go under the proposed driveway that we're talking about putting in there, and then cross
Cross it before
over.
it gets to the other
That's right.
Exxon driveway. Okay,
That's correct.
I got you. Okay.
Any other questions?
I'm concerned about the traffic turning in to this increased development here off of the exit off of Church Road onto Calhoun Parkway. And I've mentioned it to Daniel. I think we should couch any approval on them providing with county engineers' blessings, a short turnoff, a turn lane to get the traffic away from all the turning traffic, because the morning, most of the traffic going around this corner turns and goes south on Calhoun.
Yeah. We've got it drawn the required distance away from the end of the radius, but again, we are having the traffic study done.
Yep.
As per Tim's request,
Right.
and it will be a right in, right out only
And I'm
situation.
talking about the one that's on Church Road. I think there needs to be a way for traffic to move over to make that turn and get out of the flow of traffic that's headed to the intersection.
Yeah, I understand a turning lane,
Right,
into
turn lane,
into that.
if you would.
But when that was designed previously, they didn't put that in there, so. But we'll bring it up to Tim. If it needs to be.
I think that will increase the safety of this turning business, because with the additional retail there, I think it may draw more traffic off of Church Road, and it's gonna have to slow down to make that hard right turn. It's gotta slow down, and that's gonna slow traffic up that would normally be running 30 miles an hour headed toward that turn.
I understand.
So,
That's an existing driveway now, though, so it's kind of an afterthought, but we'll bring it up to Tim.
okay.
Any other questions? Entertain a motion.
I move we approve the site plan.
Second.
Been moved and properly second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
I guess I didn't vote. Abstain.
How did
Mr. McKay, you're abstaining?
I'm abstaining,
Okay.
ayes have it? So it is.
trying to keep my skirts clean.
Thank y'all very much.
Sullivan, Market.
All right, y'all ready for me?
I don't know, you ready for us?
I'm Alan Grant with Dean & Dean Architects, and we're representing Sullivan's Grocery this morning. And with me is Rusty McIntosh. Rusty is actually the contractor that's going to build this. He's building the Sullivans in Gluckstadt right now. Unfortunately, Parker Sullivan could not be here. His wife's recovering from COVID, and he's having to play Mr. Mom. So she's, from what I know, she's doing well. So we're just waiting on them to recover. However, this is a project that we've all been working on for quite some time on the corner of Gluckstadt Road, 463, right there in the Mansdale Historic District, just up the road from Chapel of the Cross. The overall property abuts the Hartfield subdivision, which I live in, and the Johnstone subdivision. This grocery store, the Sullivans are getting ready to actually purchase this property from the developer to build this grocery store, as well as the adjacent retail that will connect to it. The grocery store is going to be right at 30,000 square feet. This will give them their third grocery store in the Madison County market. So they'll have Flora, Gluckstadt, and now Mansdale. This will actually be the smallest of the three. Their plan is to make this a little more of a boutique type grocery store. So instead of being Sullivan's Grocery, it's Sullivan's Market or Sullivan's Marketplace. They haven't come up with a final name yet, but they understand the historic district. They understand where they're going. They understand the architectural requirements, site plan requirements. So we've designed it accordingly. The materials we're using is the predominant material will be brick. It'll be a historic type brick, simulated wood mold brick. We'll use some synthetic trim materials to last. You know, we all know that wood in Mississippi is just not going to hold up over time, so we'll use some synthetic materials on it. The cornice details at the top will be a FIPON material, which is a fiber resin type material that is has fibers in it to make it strong. Single slope roof to the back. We're bricking the whole building, so there won't really be a back to the building that's ugly. We'll brick it all the way around. The retail on the side of it will have probably between 6,000 and 7,000 square feet. There'll be one larger section of retail in between the grocery and the inline retail. This would be a larger store. We've got it labeled as general store. We don't really know what that is yet. They haven't gotten a specific tenant for it. The other retail will be inline retail, typically 20 feet wide by 60 feet deep. So we could divide that up into 1,200 square foot tenants, 2,400 square foot tenants, et cetera. It's dividable based on what the tenant needs. The same materials on the retail. We'll use the synthetic material. We'll use a standing seam metal roof. We've introduced some historic brick detailing into both buildings. If you go anywhere in Canton, Pocahontas, Flora, you'll see those older buildings with the historic brick details. We've introduced that into the facade of the building as well. The grocery doesn't have a whole lot of windows on it, just simply because it's a grocery store and they need to be able to put display around that. But we've added a couple little touches across the front with some shutters that appear to be windows with the shutters closed, again picking up on the historic details of the area. We went to the Mansdale Historic District on Monday night. We got their approval, so we'll come to you guys for your approval. The landscape plans have all been worked out. We had previously gotten an approval from Mansdale and you guys and the supervisors on the overall master plan, which addressed the landscaping needs for the buffer zone. So all of that will go in at the same time. So when the grocery store opens, it will look like a completed development, other than what we're calling Phase 2, which will be on the north side, which again, it's a large tract of land that the developer just doesn't know what's going to go back there yet. The dental clinic is under construction now, and then we've got a couple other projects that we're working on to bring to you guys to make this a completed development. So light fixtures will be in keeping with the historic area as well, similar to what's down at Livingston. We'll do some post-top antique fixtures. We'll do some hanging fixtures off the side of the building. The signage for Sullivan's specifically, we don't know yet. We'll bring that back once they decide what the actual store is going to be named. But it will not be illuminated signage from the inside. We'll illuminate it from exterior lights that are gooseneck fixtures that hang over. Again, it being as historic as we can.
I have only one comment, and that's regarding what we addressed earlier this morning with Mr. Woolridge, is handicap parking. I think you've got 2 shown in this one parcel that actually requires 4 by the number of spaces you have.
I have updated that site plan, and I have that for Scott. Scott called me yesterday, and we talked about a couple different items, parking space sizes, as well as handicap. So we will add the additional handicap spaces that we need for the retail section.
Handicap spaces are how wide?
The handicap spaces, the van spaces will be 8 feet wide. The handicap,
Don't make
or
the standards for this.
yeah, I'm
county?
sorry. The van space, the standard space will be 9.5 by 19 or 9.5 by 19.5. They vary a little bit over the site plan. All of our drive aisles are 26 and 24. The handicap spaces will be the same. Will be the same size. They'll be 9.5 with a 5-foot striped area on either side.
Right.
And then the van spaces will be wider than that with a full space on the other side that's striped.
Okay. ADA standards, I know, they 8-foot minimum with 5-foot walkway between, and the county standards is larger than that. So you must meet the county standards. Which
Okay, we'll work.
1.5 feet wide.
We'll double check that with
By
Scott.
180 square feet.
Okay.
Okay.
You have that adjustment on your new plan?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I went through yesterday afternoon and checked them all, and without going through and measuring every space, I mean we're pretty much in that 9.5 to by 19 to 19.5.
Excellent. As long as that's what they end up being. You're good. All right.
Any opposition? Entertain a motion.
I'd make a motion that we approve the site plan. I think it's gonna be a good addition to the area out there, with the consideration that the parking spaces will meet the county's requirements.
Second.
Well, Mr. McKay, I would encourage you to also add to your motion the conditions in the Mansdale
Okay,
Livingston
right.
letter.
Okay. Add to that the conditions that were accepted in the Mansfield Livingston Heritage Preservation District Commission, and when they met on August the 9th. And that will be included in our minutes.
Yes, sir.
All right. All in favor?
Aye. Aye.
Ayes have it. So it is.
Do you know when this development might actually get started?
So the dental clinic is under construction. I think these guys are along with their Gluckstadt, so they're planning probably in the spring to break ground.
Okay, good.
One issue that we're going through with the county right now as an overall part of the development is stormwater. The stormwater has been accounted for the original plan, the original master plan. Our engineers, Ron McMaster, is working with the county engineer to double check all that, check all the runoffs, make sure we have enough stormwater. All that'll be worked out before anybody pulls a permit. But once we get your approval, get supervisor's approval, the Sullivans are prepared to take down the property, buy the property.
Okay.
And it'll probably be spring or summer, probably spring, late spring, when they actually start breaking ground. We've got to finish construction
Traffic
documents.
situation. What about the traffic situation? There was consideration of
There's,
initially access on the 463 and on the.
so part of the overall master plan is there's an additional drive on the north side that would come out to 463. That will not be built until the intersection up on top of the hill is a lighted intersection. The developer and the county and MDOT are all working through that.
Are they doing that?
right now.
Are they working on that?
They're working through it. That's
I
all.
just wanted, I just wanted
That's right.
an update on that,
Yep.
what the situation was with the traffic signal, because you're gonna have to have a traffic signal there.
I think everybody's aware of that. I think it's just a matter of the developer and the county and MDOT trying to figure out who's gonna fund it.
You're gonna
That's right.
come with a scratch.
That's right. But everybody knows that needs to happen.
Right, okay. All right, well,
All right. Entertain a motion for September meeting on the 9th.
thank you, sir.
So move.
Second.
Moving properly second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
So it is. Motion to adjourn.
So moved.
All right. Okay, gentlemen.
Well done, well done.
How you doing there?